Hey, what's going on, you bastards? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. So first off, a disclaimer. I am a part of the Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra creator program. For now, I hope. I may have done a boo-boo on Twitter, but I hope I sent in a ticket to possibly get some info enlightened on it. So for now, it is a true and factual statement, we'll say. So this is an early preview of the kit of Super Saiyan GOTENKS. And we're going to be stopping sometimes during this. So to state the obvious, he is base form and he goes Super Saiyan. Okay, with that galactic donut, that being maxed out, I'm assuming that is massive. Like that can, dude, it's just like the synergies that you can have with that are just nuts. Then we have the ghosts. So this is Super Saiyan GOTENKS. You can kind of assume, let me get out of the way. You can kind of assume that they could do the same thing that they did with Goku, is that Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS will be its own character instead of like, you know, starting the game as Super Saiyan GOTENKS and then you transform into Super Saiyan 3. I feel like they could monetize Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, like that. So the concept, a mischievous hero who uses Ghost to obstruct foes. Finish the fight with Super Ghost Kamikaze attack and show them what you're really made of. All right, and now let me move myself again. So passive is Exaltation. Applies movement speed buff up to self and nearby ally heroes when KOing or assisting against an enemy hero. So this GOTENKS is going to finish off the Goku, and then Vegeta's going to get the movement speed buff. So that can be very good for like tech characters. Tech characters are the fastest characters in the game pretty much, right? With it's just the nature of the tech characters and the Divine Dragon cards that you draw. So they're just like insanely fast. Then you have some of the DPS characters and tanks that are just giga slow, right? So a movement speed buff that GOTENKS is going to be providing can be pretty massive. This could get you or your allies out of sticky situations or put you or your allies in a favorable situation to just like wipe out the rest of the team or something like that. And like once one character falls, all the allies in the area, do they have like a highlighted circle? I'm assuming that, okay, so that's the radius or circumference of what it's going to be. That is fairly large. And so all the allies within here are just going to start zooming, right? Then we have the Russia attack. Fire and energy blast deals more damage to enemies with a debuff, right? So we can look at pre-debuff, right? Because the debuffs will show up above the health bar, 137. And then when you have the debuff applied right here, what that symbol is, I don't really know. I'm pretty bad at knowing what symbol's what. Just like through gameplay and stuff, I'm just like, wow, I can't move my characters. I guess I'm stunned or something. All right, so then it goes to 342. So 137 to 342. So ideally, you want to be paired up with someone in a lane. This is level 15 too, so that damage is like, it's almost unrealistic amount of damage because a lot of games don't even last till you're level 15. But paired in a lane with somebody who can provide debuffs, right? That isn't a tech character because the tech role obviously is already taken up by GOTENKS. So that looks like it can shred, right? Then you have Super Saiyan at level 7, base HP at all attacks up, and then a Hyper Ultra Super combo. So this is reminding me of like the skill 2 of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, where you just kind of, well, what is it? It's not like called Twin Dragon Fist in this game. It's called something else, but where you could kind of go in and then you can hop back out if you reactivate it, right? Which is very good for, you know, positioning, and you can do some shenanigans with that. So you warp to an enemy's location and perform a combo attack. This applies a strike defense up to self during the combo. Also attacks enemies nearby, finishing by staggering them and warping back to where the skill was activated. The number of combo hits increase with skill level. So we could take a little looky-loo at that again. So he just warps in like instantaneously, like not instant transmission, but like instantaneously if they're in range. Smacks them up a little bit, staggers them, and then and that stagger looks like it's a longer duration of hit. They kind of, it looks like it's a longer duration than hit, right? So, all right, so this one is kind of the crazy one, right? To where Galactic Donut. Throw a donut-shaped ring to a set position that gathers enemies together. There is just like so much synergy with that Galactic Donut and all the other abilities, like just right off the top of your head. Spirit Bomb. Super Saiyan Goku is getting nerfed, but like that Spirit Bomb is still gonna do like a crazy amount of damage, and then it's just like, all right, everybody, get together. Boom, just utterly destroyed. And it's, you know, there's a ton of other abilities too that you can like synergize with it. But the obvious one I think of immediately is Super Saiyan Goku. Or yeah, the Spirit Bomb. Then you have the Super Ghost. You summon a ghost to a set target. If enemy or dragon shell pursues target and explodes on hit, applies movement speed down, explodes and disappears if hit by enemy's attack or hitting upon a wall. So you gotta be mindful of terrain. You can't just throw these out willy-nilly. Yep, so they will chase down. It can be kind of scary. Or you can attach them to allies. Follow target, will pursue enemy heroes who draw near. Okay, so you can have, like, what they're showing right now is you can attach these to your tank. Your tank's going in, your tank's going to engage and whatnot. And then you just have all these other ghosts that are just going to blow up the enemy and then slow them down so you can just start, you know, continue to wail on these characters, right? And then if no target, so wait at a set position, will pursue enemy heroes who draw near, explodes and disappears if hit by an enemy or upon hitting a wall. So kind of right here, what I'm immediately thinking of is like a little bit of zone control, right? You're trying to, early on, you're trying to, I'm sure this is max leveled, possibly, I really don't even know. So there's 5 ghosts. I don't know if like early on with the skill, you summon like 1 ghost or 2 ghosts or whatever, but this would be good for zoning control, getting XP advantages, or even the God of Destruction towers. This it can, we don't know the damage, but it's a good zoning tool. All right, so now you have the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, which is your super attack. Send a ghost running toward a set position. The ghost pursues enemy heroes and applies no skills or attacks to the enemy if it's hit with the last strike. So what that means is, like, if you play League of Legends or maybe other MOBAs, I don't know, you're silenced. You can still move around your character and whatnot, but you can't use any of your abilities, right? You can't use your like Flash Step, whatever. If you're Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you can't instant transmission out, or any of these other like squishy targets. You take away their abilities and whatnot, like they're just sitting ducks, man. Even some of the technical characters too, they'll just be, yeah, it's crazy. And it's just raining down like a SAM missile or something like that, and it applies a debuff, right? So I think what could be important there is that the debuff is applied, and then that goes into his passive with exaltation, right? So, or exaltation, sorry, I don't pronounce T's the best all the time, to where then you'll start doing massive damage with just your like rush attack, right? So yeah, you got the debuff right there. So yeah, that's the early look on GOTENKS. So damn, man, that's pretty nuts. You know, I'm just thinking about comboing this with like even like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I keep talking about Super Saiyan 3 Goku because I play a lot of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The character is very fun and pretty strong, and can be insane if played correctly. But you just hit the last ghost hits the enemy. They can't move. They can't get out of the way. You can just throw out your dragon fist, and you know, if you aim it correctly, and then also like do your warp kamehameha or your IT kamehameha. Like you can, they can't do anything. They're just pretty much gonna end up dying. So there's a lot. And it's kind of dumb to say, this character has a lot of tech to him, huh? Because he can also stagger. He has that, damn, what was it called? I got to know the terminology, dude. I'm so, like, I've been playing League for, like, a long time. So all the, like, debuffs and stuff that, like, I will refer to them as League debuffs sometimes. And, yeah, so the no skills or attacks, I don't know. That's not, like, I might say silence. You might hear me say silence. Like, you can move. You have mobility of your character, but they can't use any abilities, right? So I'm reiterating that. Sorry. And then on top of this, you can also, let me get out of the blue. My lips just look majorly pink. They're not that pink, I swear. And then you have your speed up that you can provide to an enemy. As soon as like one character on the enemy team bites the dust, you and your allies can just start ripping apart, catching up and ripping apart the other characters and whatnot. Say you do your Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. You finish off an enemy, like the other ghosts hit the other enemies. They can't use any of their abilities. All you and your homies are juiced up, running at the enemy, and it's just going to be a slaughter. So, you know, there's a lot to this character, and I feel like if you get really good at this character and like have a good like lane buddy too, who can provide some other debuffs, because like, the only way I think you could provide debuffs with GOTENKS himself is his Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. And that's if the last ghost hits, I guess. So that could be kind of a downside right there. But yeah, you know, if you're pre-made and stuff like that, coordinate with your allies, it'll be nuts. But anyway, Bastards, hope you guys enjoyed. This was provided by the Squadra Content Creators program. So, you know, shout out to them and whatnot. Play the game. The game is very fun. Queue up with your friends and all that. And I will see you bastards in the next one. Take care.
But first, hi there. If you liked what you saw, thank you.